to see the tank hit 9,000. I remember when 7,000 was the end of the world. You know, there was a movie back in the 60s, Red Line 7,000, where guys, you know, and oh my God, the car's gonna blow up. You know, it was just seeming inconceivable that a car could hit that kind of rev. Yeah.
High revving V10.
Welcome to another episode of Jay Leno's Garage. The car we're featuring today, the 2018 Audi R8 V10 rear-wheel drive model. You know, I was fortunate about 10, 11 years ago to drive, well, for a year, one of the very first Audi R8s. It had the manual gearbox with a gated shifter. It was just a fantastic car. It was four-wheel drive, which I like, but I always kept saying that why don't you make a, you know, just a rear-wheel drive version, just for those of us that like to hang the tail out a little bit, you know, a little lighter front end, lose some of those heavy parts. And this is a classic case of them listening to the customer, because they're making about 320 of these for the American market. I'm not sure how many they're making worldwide. We'll find out in just a minute. It's about 525 horsepower, I think, 5.2 liter. Well, let's meet Anthony Gerbis. He's the guy who knows all about this. 5.2 liter, right?
Hi, Jay. Yeah, it's 5.2 liter V10.
Right.
532 horsepower.
532
yes.
horsepower.
Yes.
Okay. And they're building 320 of the rear-wheel drive for the American market, right?
Yeah. So worldwide, we have 999. For the U.S., we're doing 320, and that's because it goes 320 kilometers per hour top speed, which is 199 miles per hour.
199 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Just that last mile. I mean,
so if you'd like to go 205, you can get the V10 Plus model, which tops you to 205.
That'll take you
yes.
to 205. Okay.
You know, for that extra 6 miles per hour, you definitely need.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now, is this a case of them listening to consumers, as I said, that people have been asking for this?
It's a bit to get the most pure driving experience, right? Just the rear wheels, big naturally aspirated motor, and it's also the closest link we have to our LMS race car.
Right.
So the race car is rear-wheel drive. This is now rear-wheel drive, and of course, our race car is rear-wheel drive because whenever we try to race all-wheel drive, we get kicked out.
Right.
So you know, the unfair advantage. So now this is your closest link to the race car for the street.
And it is unusual in that there are very few high-performance cars that are normally aspirated. By that, it means no turbocharger, no supercharger, just breathing normally.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really one of the unique selling points of this car, because every one of your main competitors to an R8 is forced induction.
Right. I like these are a little more subtle, a little more German, you know, they're not so much flash on the outside, all the flashes on the inside, which I like. Yeah, I mean, it's a real grown-up sports car.
It is, and it's something you easily can drive every day. Even without Quattro and just the rear-wheel drive, it's still very civilized and controllable. And there's enough room in the front to put some luggage, and also you have space behind the rear seats to put.
How many speed transmission?
7-speed, dual clutch gearbox.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it is a dual clutch.
Yep.
Very nice. Okay.
Dual clutch gearbox, 7-speed.
And this is an interesting idea here with the red, because white is a little blinding to me.
Yep.
In a sports car, but the red breaks it up. Is this an option? Is this where they all come?
This is the rear wheel series, our limited production rear wheel drive R8, and that stripe signifies the rear wheel series. Also, it's a cue from the race car.
Oh, okay.
From the LMS. Just point out some of the key ways to tell a rear wheel series from a regular R8. So, you notice the side blade. The top one is in black, and the bottom one is in white. 'Cause it's in body color. Okay. So you have 6 colors for the rear wheel series, and your upper blade's always going to be black. The bottom will be body color. Okay. The mirrors are black. You have black wheels. Right. Red calipers. Then you have all the black trim on the front, the lower front spoiler, the rear diffuser, the grille, the air inlets, and then your exhaust is also black.
Plus, if you see the guy nail it, just the rear wheels are spinning.
Correct.
That's a dead giveaway right there. That's how you can tell. Very cool.
Absolutely.
And how much lighter is it than the four-wheel drive?
So we're 50 kilograms, so 110 pounds.
110 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
That's substantial, though, and it's off the front end as well.
Correct.
Okay.
So your weight distribution is about 41% front, 59% rear.
Oh, okay. So you've got plenty of traction.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Obviously, are those Brembos?
These are our 4-piston fixed rear calipers and 8-piston in the front.
Gotcha. Those are Audi.
Yeah, I mean, some made by a supplier.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So one thing about the wheels, so they're 20 by 11 inches in the back. These are forged 20-inch wheels. They weigh about 26 pounds only.
Is that what they only weigh?
Yeah.
Wow. And it's a nice size car. For people who are watching this who haven't seen one or don't know, it's about the size of a 911, right?
Similar.
Just about the same size.
You're similar, yeah. It's not too long, It's a good, it's
That's
easy
what I
to
mean.
drive around. Yeah.
You know, lately I've seen, especially from Italy, big, giant, wide. You know, but this is a nice sized car. You can get adults in it and sit comfortably. And the wheels are at the far corners, so it looks bigger than it is. Very nice. Does this open? Can you get to the engine compartment?
Yeah, we can pop the, if you want to.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. So we have here 4-cam, 4-valve.
Yep, direct and port injection on this motor.
And 5.2 liter. And this is you add oil here? Okay. Is there a dipstick here as well? Is it strictly electronic?
No, this is electronically measured oil.
And this is what, coolant
That's
here?
your coolant, yeah.
Okay.
Really one of my favorite things, the fact that it is naturally aspirated, is the intake noise that you get. So if you see here, some little flaps that'll open on the air boxes. And there's 2 cone filters in here. If you're just like half on the throttle, around under 4,000 RPM, you just hear it just sucking in all the air before the flaps and the exhaust open. It's one of the best notes ever.
Oh, really?
You don't even need a radio in this car.
Well, we will find out in just a minute here. So can you adjust the exhaust louder or?
Yeah, you can, through the drive select, if you put it in dynamic, which is our sport mode, the valves will open in the exhaust, make it a little bit louder too.
Okay, very nice. What's that stand for?
That's our direct injection FSI.
Oh, FSI.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Of course, this is your bracing here.
Yep. Yeah, it helps with rigidity over the. We gained about 50% rigidity on the 2nd generation R8 compared to the 1st generation R8 through strut braces, cross braces on the top. There's one on the bottom, and also we have carbon fiber by the firewall. This engine, about 12% of the body, 13% is carbon fiber.
Oh, okay. And what does this weigh?
This is about 3,600 pounds.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
No, not bad at all. I like the fact so many cars you can't even open. You can't get to the engine at all. I just want to touch it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but
just look at it and admire it, right?
Exactly, exactly. Because there's just, it's amazing how far supercars have come. There's really not a lot of maintenance here. Once a year, twice, every 2 years, you do your coolant, you do your oil changes, and that's about it.
Oil changes every 10,000 mile interval. And
plugs don't need anything ever. What, 100,000 miles?
It depends. There's a maintenance silver for them, but again, without forced induction as well, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
And it's a very durable motor because this is the exact same motor that we use in our race car.
Okay.
So you're getting that tested durability for the street as well.
Okay. Is this just push it or it comes
just
down?
push it down.
Okay. Let's see. And of course, the 4 rings. Now, see, a lot of enthusiasts don't know. These represent 4 car companies. All right, go ahead.
All right.
So you got it.
Audi,
Audi,
DKW,
Torque,
and Wanderer.
Oh, very good.
No, thank you.
That's very good. Yeah,
I have to know that.
Yeah. NSU was in there. NSU used to be Audi, right? Because I've got an NSU Wankel over there. That was the very first Wankel sports car, and it almost put NSU out of business. I mean, it was expensive. It was like $3,600 in 1966.
Back in the day, yeah.
And it's one rotor, and it's very smooth, but it's kind of motorboaty. You know, it's not really a sports car. It's more like a commuter car. But that was the early days of Wankel. So it's amazing how far they've come. You got your whole rear diffuser here.
You got 0.36 coefficient of drag on this car.
0.36?
Yeah.
Okay. And your top speed is 199.
199. Almost, yeah.
Filler cap, of course, is on this side. Yeah, it's a nice, clean design. This design is held up really well. I mean, when you look at the 1st generation, you see the differences. It's just very subtle.
Yeah. I mean, the big difference being the split side blade. I mean, every panel on this car is new, but strikingly, because the side blade was so polarizing and such an identifier for the 1st generation, splitting it in 2 really helps because you have the upper side blade for the body compartment, the lower side blade for the air inlets.
Let's open the hood. Let's take a look under the. Take a look. Does it open this way? Oh,
it opens through from the front under the Audi rings.
Very traditional. There we go.
Yep.
Okay. You can get a sandwich and a toothbrush and a couple of things in there. Yeah.
I mean, it will fit a rollerboard suitcase. So I mean, I brought an R8 Spyder here, and I carried my carryover bag, 22-inch rollerboard, fits right in the front.
So you can carry all your luggage.
Yes, but then you have room behind the seats, duffel bags, etc. So you'll be okay.
And of course, no spare tire anymore.
No spare tire. In there is your fix-a-flat.
A can of stuff that goes. Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting about this car, because I polled some of the guys and I told them what we had coming, and I said, "What do you think it goes for?" Most said 210, 196, 185. What's the price of this?
Starts at 138.7.
Okay, that's
and
that. I mean, obviously that's still a lot of money, but in that price range, I would expect it to have been much more.
Yeah, there's a phenomenal amount of value in this car. It's also attainable, right? So it's an attainable supercar,
Right.
rear-wheel drive. It competes against a 911 GTS and a Mercedes AMG GTS, which are similar ballpark of pricing.
Right, okay. And with 532 horsepower,
532.
You're right up there, yeah.
Yeah, so we're more than both the GTS and AMG GTS. So yeah, performance-wise, you're mid-3s. We say 3.7 seconds 0 to 60.
Right.
So.
Okay. And a lot of changes suspension-wise and whatnot because of getting the
Yeah, your dynamics of the car can really change when you take out the front drive shafts and clutch and differential. So the damper is about 10% stiffer all around.
Okay.
The front roll bar, 10% stiffer to give more traction to the rear.
Right.
And then the camber in the rear is another negative ½ degree to help with oversteer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just like rear-wheel drive just because it's less complexity, and especially if you have any kind of accident or a ding or something. Oh my God, doing four-wheel alignment is great.
Well, I mean, regardless, your alignment will be important on this
Well,
car,
yeah,
quattro
yeah.
or
Well, that's
a
true.
rear-wheel drive.
That's true. I'm thinking like it's 1966. I know, but it's pretty amazing. But it's about as old school as Audi gets.
It is, and
isn't
it's
it?
really
normally aspirated,
correct.
Rear-wheel drive.
Yep.
You know.
It's a pure driving experience. No gadgets. No.
Right.
You're not transferring power to all four and torque vectoring. Just your rear wheels with a mechanical limited slip differential in the back.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, can we take this for a ride?
Let's go for a spin.
Let's do it. Let's give this a shot. See what it does. And that's interesting. That's new. Not new, but the power and the torque gauges are unusual.
Yeah, we have that. We also have.
You realize really you use 100% of the power. And the top of the line V10 is how many horsepower? That's the
602.
602, right?
Yep. So you're over 600 then.
I like the half-cut wheel here. That's very nice. Nobody does interiors like the Germans.
Especially Audi, really. The interiors are one thing we're very much known for.
Yeah, it's all very tight and snug, and everything fits. But as I said, this is about as old school as Audi gets. A V10, normally aspirated, no hybrid, no nothing, just a car.
There's no gadgets, right?
Right,
just pure driving.
Right.
And that's why these 320, I think, will be collectible one day, because this is the first time we've done a rear-wheel drive car.
Right.
And these, you don't see naturally aspirated motors anymore. So.
Yeah, it is funny how nice this is to drive. You know, if you haven't been in a modern sports car in 10 or 15 years, it's a revelation. You know, people that. I have a friend of mine who is not a car guy. He just had, you know, the Ford, the Caprice or whatever, the Chevy, all the guy. And then he just bought a BMW, and it was like, oh my God. And I said, well, try the German stuff. I mean, it's amazing. He didn't believe the difference between like this. This is a true sports car, but you've got all the amenities.
Yep. It is. Again, very easy to drive this car every day.
Yeah, and it's not flash. I like the subtle look of it. I like the.
That's also very much Audi in general.
Huh? Well, yeah, I like that it's quietly under the hood rather than all on the outside with stickers. Which country has the most desire for a manual car? Is it
it's
Germany?
not really coming from Europe. So when you look in Germany, the manual car is usually like the entry level, low power.
Right. To them, it's a sign of
Right, and also because they're so much faster.
Right.
With these dual clutch.
Right.
And when you're buying this car, everyone's so hooked on numbers. And if we look at the last generation R8, when we launched it, we were 50-50 R-tronic sequential manual and then our 6-speed manual.
Right.
And then later when we brought the S-tronic, the dual clutch, the manual dropped out 10%.
Wow.
Right? Because it's also, you have to have a lot of skill to drive a mid-engine supercar with a manual transmission and do it properly. It's much easier to do with an S-tronic.
True.
And you also get better
But
numbers.
I tell you, I love the gated shifter that they had.
Yeah, it was,
you know, I love
nice
that
sound it made when
it would lock in sort of. It was almost a rifle bolt the way it, and you go through the box. And to me, it wasn't how fast. I mean, all modern cars are fast. Good heavens, they all go 200 miles an hour or pretty close to it. I mean, what do you need? You can't do. You're in prison if you do that.
Sure, but it's also it's kind of bragging rights, you know? People
Right,
are so
yeah,
hooked on specs of their car compared to what their buddy has. So this one's a tenth of a second faster.
Like, to me, nothing did more to ruin the luxury car industry than the Nürburgring. Well, we took the new, whatever it is, luxury car. Oh, that's terrible. Well, no, it's a luxury car. It's not supposed to be.
Nürburgring testing and you know, every Audi RS model goes through about 5,000 miles of validation testing on the Nürburgring over the course of 2 to 3 weeks. That's how it has to. We say born on the track, built for the road. That's something that we do. And with RS models, yes, I mean every one of the Audi models goes through track testing or cold weather testing and desert testing and all sorts of stuff. But the RS models are very specific with more aggressive Nürburgring testing. But on a luxury car, claiming your time around the Nürburgring, it just shows cars nowadays are so capable. Even the line between SUVs and cars is kind of getting blurred in terms of dynamics. You also see the automatic transmissions or the death of the manual because of driver assist systems too. You know, level 2 driving assist and automated driving. You can't do it when you have torque and clutch.
You know, to me, it's the quality of the way the power is delivered that's really nice. Because there are a lot of cars, people come with these, you know, big V8 engine things, and it's, I mean, they're fast and they pull hard.
Anyone can make a fast car. It's making a fast car that's refined and usable. That I think is the tricky part, and it's what we do extremely well.
I like this because it's fun to drive. You know, I drove that new Bugatti Chiron, and it's very nice. But it's a bit like a jet plane. It's fun when you take off. It's fun when you stop. In between, you're it's conscious of the price and you know how big it is. And whereas this has a nice kind of, my dad would say, zippy. You know?
Exactly. I mean, especially it's very agile. It's fast. It does everything extremely well.
That's what's fun about it.
One thing with the rear wheel series here, we of course had to redo the stability control programming, and right now it'll drive very similar to the Quattro car. It'll keep you in line. It'll cut in. It'll torque vector, and it'll handle everything for daily driving. If you put the ESC in sport mode, it'll essentially let you do controlled tail out. And then you can fully shut it off if you want to, and that is where you need to be very precise.
That's where you plow into the cars.
Correct. So that's why we don't recommend turning that off.
No, I'm always amazed when I meet guys that. And does it go fully off? Or
it'll go fully off.
Because these Germans rarely give up power. I mean, you can shut it fully off. There's a little. There's a little bit there, isn't there, that catches you just a little.
You can go fully ESC off, and talk about purity, right?
Those are my favorite YouTubes, where the guy
they come out and they
tires are cold. First thing they do, they just got the car. They turn off the traction control and they slide into the other car parked across the street. The other thing that amazes me about these cars is that I've seen them with 150, 200,000 miles on them, and they're fine. People get this thing in their head. It must have something to do with back in the 50s or the 60s, when 70,000 miles was the end of the world and the car wasn't worth anything. You know, I mean, modern cars come up. My '68 Mercedes has 325,000 miles on it.
The durability testing that pretty much a lot of new car manufacturers do is out of the world now. And people are keeping their cars longer than they used to. The average life of a car is extremely longer than they used to.
Oh, sure. That's because the average car loan is a lot longer than it used to be.
That's true. The car loan is also increasing.
Like 60 months or some crazy thing.
60 months, 72 months now, So I'm doing 84.
Who's the head designer now at Audi?
Mark Lichta is our head of design now.
Okay, that's it.
So you'll see the new Q8 photos actually just dropped today. And then the new A7 and A6 and the A8. These are all designs that came under Mark Lichta. A lot more aggressive.
Right.
Very good looking cars we have coming.
So what is your favorite Audi color?
My favorite Audi color? The RS5 comes in Sonoma green.
Oh, okay.
I love it. I'm on a green kick. It's going to be the 90s all over
Green
again.
used to be
green
huge
with tan interiors, Jay.
Yeah. I always like tan interiors. Never got the white interior thing.
White? I mean, it looks great, but your jeans will make it blue. Just take a little upkeep. It's a nice silver interior on a blue car, very classy.
Is there an R8 factory designated, or
Yes,
is it?
it is its own factory that we built a few years back, which produces this car by hand.
Right.
And we build the race car on the same line with this car.
Wow.
Yep. So you truly are getting, we share half the same parts with the race car, and you're getting the same thing for the street, as close to possible with this car.
Wow, shifts about $9,000.
Yeah. And that never gets old.
No, it's.
I mean, revving to $9,000 and almost 9.
Yeah, by the time you look at the tach, it's $9,000.
Yeah, it's so quick.
What's the fastest you've been in one of these? Have you taken it up to 199?
Yeah, I've been at Daytona. So we did our press launch 2 years ago in Daytona, and I took one out and I hit 178 in the V10 Plus.
So you hit the banking?
Yeah. Oh, and that's what's crazy because it's just the forces that you feel at the bank. You don't
I
realize
know.
that, and it just sucks all the blood out of your head.
Boy, very turbine-like, isn't it? It's really. It's so funny to see the tach hit 9,000. I remember when 7,000 was the end of the world. There was a movie back in the 60s, Red Line 7,000, where guys, and oh my God, the car's gonna blow up. It just seemed inconceivable that a car could hit that kind of rev. Yeah.
High revving V10.
But you say most of these are already spoken for, huh?
Yeah. So we have already a little over 200 orders. Most of them are all sold orders that are placed, and we only have about 120 left now. A little 120, and so we will be taking orders through mid-July.
So I imagine this is something people ordered when they heard it was coming, as opposed to it being out there. Because this is the first car out there, right? Am I the first one to drive it? Is that
we just went on sale, released them about a month ago, and you're the first person to get into the ones that we have here. Yes.
Thanks for bringing this by. I really enjoyed it. This V10 is a fabulous engine. When you were here about 3-4 years ago with the 600 horsepower one, that was crazy incredible. This feels almost as fast. It doesn't feel like it's that much different. But with the price point and the other thing, it's really a pretty good value. But it's an extremely well-built car. I hope you enjoyed this ride in our R8 V10. LA, it's a little traffic-centric here, and you can't do crazy things. But you get some idea how it goes. I mean, you hit just about $9,000, 87 something and change. Yeah, it's extremely well built, extremely rigid, but comfortable. It's a really good car. Thanks for bringing this. Stop by anytime. Drop one of these off. Last time they dropped one off for a year, and it was fantastic. See you guys next week.
Mm-hmm.